For the first time in over 50 years, human eyes have once again seen the far side of the moon up close. And the breathtaking high-resolution photos the Artemis II crew brought back are making scientists, engineers, and astronauts around the world look twice in complete disbelief. This single mission, more than any other in recent memory, changes everything we thought we knew about our closest celestial neighbor and its hidden history. Here is one of the most historic and emotionally powerful images captured in the entire history of human space exploration. Earthset, our beautiful planet Earth, appearing as a delicate and fragile thin blue crescent, slowly setting behind the rugged and ancient lunar horizon, captured from the mysterious and never before seen by humans far side of the moon. Look at that incredible sight. A thin slice of our home planet slowly disappearing behind craters that have remained virtually unchanged for over 4 billion years. And it doesn't stop there at all. During their intense and carefully planned 7-hour flyby on April 6, 2026, the 4 astronauts also captured something truly extraordinary and never before witnessed directly by human eyes. A total solar eclipse viewed from lunar orbit, with the sun's magnificent and glowing corona shining brilliantly around the dark silhouette of the moon itself. These are images that no human being had ever witnessed with their own eyes until that historic moment in April 2026. Why exactly is this such a big deal for science and exploration? The far side of the moon, commonly referred to as the dark side, never faces our planet due to tidal locking. It is a completely different and much more hostile-looking world when compared to the familiar near side we see every single night in our sky. This hidden hemisphere features far more impact craters of all sizes, almost no large dark lava plains, known as Maria, and it possesses a significantly thicker crust that tells a very different geological story. For more than 5 long decades, humanity was forced to rely exclusively on images taken by various robotic spacecraft and lunar orbiters. Those previous pictures were often grainy, limited in resolution, taken from great distances, and completely lacked the emotional depth and 3-dimensional context that only direct human observation can truly provide. But on April 6, 2026, during the Artemis II mission, everything changed in a profound and irreversible way. The Artemis II crew, made up of Commander Reed Wiseman, pilot Victor Glover, mission specialist Christina Koch, and mission specialist Jeremy Hansen, became the first humans in over half a century to personally observe and photograph the far side of the moon with their own eyes while flying aboard the Orion spacecraft. Let's now take a much closer and more detailed look at some of the most stunning and scientifically valuable photographs the crew managed to capture during this unforgettable flyby. First, we have the impressive Vavilov crater, which is beautifully positioned right on the edge of the enormous and much older Hertzsprung Basin. Notice the striking and dramatic difference in terrain that is clearly visible within this single remarkable frame. One side displays relatively smooth mountain ranges and material ejected from the inner ring system, while the opposite side reveals a heavily shattered and chaotic landscape that has been marked by countless ancient impacts over billions of years. The long, razor-sharp shadows, stretching dramatically across the Terminator line, create an incredible sense of depth and contrast that no orbital image from previous missions has ever been able to match. Here's another absolutely breathtaking and awe-inspiring view that clearly left the entire crew momentarily speechless. The Orientale Basin, featuring its nearly perfect concentric rings that form one of the most beautiful and well-preserved impact structures found anywhere on the entire moon. This massive impact basin, measuring nearly 600 miles across, is considered one of the youngest major impact features in lunar geological history. The astronauts repeatedly described the Terminator line, the sharp boundary between daylight and complete darkness, as one of the most rugged, dramatic and visually stunning natural landscapes they had ever witnessed during their entire careers as pilots and explorers. The way the low-angle sunlight created incredibly long and dramatic shadows across mountain ridges, steep slopes and crater rims produced an unprecedented level of three-dimensional detail and texture that no previous robotic mission had been capable of capturing. Reed Wiseman, visibly moved by the overwhelming view through the Orion windows, captured the collective feeling of the crew perfectly when he said live, "I know there's no adjectives. I'm going to need to invent some new ones to describe what we are looking at out this window right now." But what truly changed everything for many people wasn't only the impressive technical quality and resolution of the photographs themselves. It was the profound and deeply human emotional reaction that the crew experienced while seeing these sights in real time. The four astronauts watched in silent awe as planet Earth slowly shrank into a tiny, fragile crescent and eventually disappeared completely behind the moon's curved horizon. They also experienced the deep and somewhat unsettling sense of total isolation during the planned communications blackout period, when the Orion spacecraft passed behind the far side and lost all contact with mission control on Earth for nearly 40 full minutes. Christina Koch, who had already spent a record-breaking 328 days living and working aboard the International Space Station, later commented that this particular experience felt completely different from anything she had encountered during her previous long-duration spaceflight. She specifically noted how the darker regions and complex topography of the far side simply didn't line up with the familiar moon she had studied extensively for many years. It was, in her own words, not the moon she was used to seeing from Earth or from low Earth orbit. These remarkable and groundbreaking images do much more than simply show us a new and clearer perspective of the moon's surface. They powerfully and emotionally remind us of how incredibly small, fragile, and deeply interconnected we truly are as human beings, living together on that beautiful blue marble, suspended alone in the vast and empty blackness of space. It represents only the important first crude step and serves as the critical technological and operational bridge connecting the historic achievements of the Apollo era with the ambitious and long-term future of sustained human presence on and around the moon. We are now actively preparing for the establishment of permanent lunar bases, the first crewed landing mission of Artemis III in the coming years, and eventually the historic day when humans will once again leave Earth's orbit to stand on the surface of Mars in the not-too-distant future. Which of these historic and emotionally charged images impressed you the most while watching this video? Was it the powerful and humbling Earth set that makes us all feel so incredibly small in the universe? The spectacular and rare solar eclipse captured from lunar distance? Or perhaps one of the incredibly detailed and dramatic craters showing their long and striking shadows across the rugged terrain? Please take a moment to let me know your thoughts in the comments section below this video. I genuinely want to read and hear what you think and which specific photo moved you the most. If you enjoyed this detailed video breakdown and want to see more in-depth coverage of current space missions, groundbreaking scientific discoveries, and detailed plans for humanity's future exploration of the solar system, please hit the like button right now, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss any future uploads. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way until the end, and for continuing to dream big with us about humanity's exciting future among the stars and beyond.